I've watched Sam Darnold for a couple weeks now. He does certain things well. If the wide receiver is running any type of in-breaking route, shallow cross, a slant, a dig, he's good. He gets the ball out quickly, good ball placement. He's good at that stuff. And that's like a big part of the Niners offense, right? The little dinks and dunks and the stuff over the middle. Darnold's a great fit for that stuff. Anytime he has to do anything else, he's terrible. Which, I mean, I guess he just fits right in, right? That was kind of Jimmy Garoppolo, right? He can hit the short stuff, the stuff over the middle. Anytime he had to do anything else, he's terrible. But you think, yeah, well, Sam Darnold's younger. You know, he hasn't torn his ACL. He's mobile. He can throw on the run. He's a big arm. None of that stuff translates to the field. He's a horrendous deep ball thrower. Horrendous. It's like he doesn't want to throw the ball in the first place. And when he does, he just hangs it up in the air. It's underthrown. He has no feel for that throw. Where to put it. No confidence. Like I'm talking like fade routes up the sideline. He's terrible at those. And then today he had Brandon Ayuk on a corner route. That's a throw that Trey Lance would nail. Drive the throw, you know what I mean, on a line to the sideline. That's not a deep, lofted throw. Drive it. Lance can do it, does do it. Purdy can't, doesn't have that throw in his book, in his arsenal. Sam should. You're the third pick in the draft. You have the arm strength for it. He just lofted up in the air like it was a go route and let Tashawn Gibson run all the way across the field and break it up. What was that? I don't know. So don't be fooled by the numbers with Sam Darnold. He's not good. He's exactly what he's always been. Like a timid, conservative quarterback who still makes mistakes. Now, he hasn't made those mistakes in camp, but it's camp. Like he can't get touched. Let's see what happens when the ghosts pop up and it's real football. So part of me was thinking like I'd like to see what Sam Darnold could do with the starters. I mean, it's like he has the same limitations as Brock Purdy, except Darnold's limitations are like, they're not physical. He should be able to do more than Brock Purdy. They're like mental. It's like, I'm terrible at it. I don't know why. But you'll see it when preseason starts. Anytime he tries to like extend himself and push the ball down the field, it's bad. It's really bad. And I don't know. Like that must be a guy lacking confidence because you have the physical traits to do it. His worst though today might have been when he was, because we know he's not a good downfield thrower despite the arm. But he was flush out of the pocket to his right. And he's supposed to be able to throw the ball on the run. Like he's supposed to have all these different arm angles and be like a poor man's Mahomes. He's rolling to his right, his throwing arm side. And he sees Jawan Jennings, who's, right by the sideline where Darnold is rolling, completely uncovered past the first down marker. Darnold, to his credit, sees Jawan Jennings, targets Jawan Jennings, rears back and throws it, and totally misses him. No one was covering him. What was that? I don't know. I mean, I guess Trey Lance does stuff like that sometimes, but Darnold does it too. And at least Lance is still like attempting to throw long passes outside the numbers. Lance will do that. He'll hit a 20-yard throw outside the numbers. Darnold's like, hey, man, I'm just going to do a Brock Purdy impression and see if no one notices. So I would say that Sam Darnold's the worst quarterback of the team. I don't trust him. I don't think he's particularly good. This whole fantasy that he would come to this team and become a good player and that it wasn't his fault, it was everyone else's fault. No, it was his fault. He's not good. He has no confidence. He has less confidence than Trey Lance. Trey Lance, to his credit. I mean, the Niners are over here calling Sam Darnold the next Steve Young, and he's like, I'm not the next Steve Young. Let me tell you, I might be the next Brock Purdy, maybe. But I'm definitely not the next Steve Young. Trey Lance has gotten no support in years, and he's still trying to make some throws down the field, although not the deep ones. So at least today was informative. Both quarterbacks got to play with the first string offense, and Lance was better. Lance is improving and Darnold isn't. I think that's the main point. Lance is improving. He has a lot of improvement left to do, But Darnold is not improving. Just magically playing with better players isn't making him better. Like, he feels very confident throwing slants and digs to Ayuk and Debo and Kittle. So does every quarterback in the world. So does Brandon Allen. So I think that's another thing that's informative about today. Lance and Darnold both did about as well as Brock has been doing with the first string offense. So is that good enough? Should people make a big deal about this? Completing 65, 70% of your throws in practice with these playmakers? Is it a big deal? Because I feel like when Brock does it, it's a huge deal. But when Trey does it, it's not. And when Darnold does it, no one cares, which is fair.